Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the regular scheduled village board meeting on September 23rd, 2025. As we call this meeting to order, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lana, roll call, please.
Mayor DeBolt.
Here.
Trustees Amos.
Here.
Babiak.
Yes.
Brockman.
Here.
Chapman.
Here.
Luciano.
Here.
And Selfridge.
Here. All right, we do have a quorum this evening. We will continue forward with village business. With that, we'll move on to item B, our citizen section. Are there any citizens wishing to address the village board this evening? All right, seeing none, we'll move into this evening's consent agenda. Item number 1 will be a consideration for approval of the regular meeting minutes for September 9th, 2025. Item 2 is approval of accounts payable in the amount of $1,240,754.61. Item 3 is approval of a payment in the amount of $45,666 to Grand Prairie Water Commission for the August 2025 fees. Item 4 is approval of a payment in the amount of $10,075 to Cornwall Engineering Group for the Shorewood Water Source Transfer Plan. Item 5 is approval of a payment in the amount of $125,640 to Steve Spice Construction for the 2025 water main replacement project. Item 6 will be approval of payment in the amount of $13,561.06 for 2 reindeers for the town center aerator replacement. Item 7 will be approval of a payment amount of $1,605,767.89 to Pertano Construction Company for the water transmission main project. And item number 8 will be approval of a payment amount of $176,490.44 to Schwartz Construction Group for the River's Edge Park Phase B project. Item number 9 will be approval of a payment amount of $10,472 to Gene May Heating and Cooling for furnace replacement at the police department. And finally, item number 10 will be approval of a payment amount of $172,383.21 to Van Mack Electric for the 2025 US 52 and Glintstone signalization project. With that, does any trustee have any questions or comments or needing further clarification presented during the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion by trustee Luciano,
Second.
second by trustee Babiak. Roll call, please.
Babiak.
Yes.
Brockman.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
And Amos.
Yes.
All right, consent agenda's been approved. With that, we'll move into a report to communications for this evening. Lana, was there anything that you have prior to this evening's meeting?
No, sir.
Thank you. We do have a proclamation for this evening. This evening's proclamation is for Constitution Week, which is represented from September 17th to September 23rd, 2025. Whereas it is the privilege and duty of the American people to commemorate the 238th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America with appropriate ceremonies and activities. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designating September 17th through the 23rd Constitution Week. Therefore, I, Clarence D. Bold, by virtue and the authority vested in me as the mayor of the village of Shorewood in the state of Illinois, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through the 23rd of 2025 as Constitution Week, and urge all citizens to study the Constitution and reflect on the privilege of being an American with all the rights and responsibilities which that privilege involves. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the village of Shorewood to be affixed on this 23rd day of September of the year 2025. And with that, we do have some folks from the Daughters of the American Revolution here to accept the proclamation as presented by the village board. Those of you that may know, this group comes to the village board and communities throughout the region helping accept the receipts of these proclamations quite throughout the region. So we do appreciate your volunteerism and what you're doing in recognizing that.
To Mayor DeVald and members of the Board of Shorewood, thank you for allowing us to come before you tonight to receive your proclamation to promote Constitution Week from September 17th to September 23rd in your village, your city of Shorewood. I am Carol Prisby. This is Joe Zimmerly, Elizabeth Pelusi, and Donna Dimmick. The purpose and mission of the Daughters of the American Revolution is to perpetuate the memory and the spirit of the men and women who achieved American independence in 1776. To that end, we promote education of the Constitution in our schools, libraries, and city halls. As Abraham Lincoln said at the end of the Civil War, our safety, our liberty depends on preserving the Constitution of the United States as our fathers made it inviolate. The people of the United States are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow men who pervert the Constitution. Again, thank you for having us here.
Could you join us?
As long as I don't have to talk much more. Can we go back there so we get the board in our background?
Sure.
And the flag?
We're adaptable.
We're adaptable?
Yes, sir. We have to.
And would the board members want to stand up and?
Thank you. You know, we're interrupting, but.
A little bit taller. We're gonna do one more. All right, no problem. Thanks, folks. Thanks for coming out. No problem. Thanks for coming out. Thank you.
Mayor.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
All right, with that, we'll move on to this evening's order of business. Item number 1 will be a consideration for approval of a proposal in the amount of $14,400 with Viking Industrial for exterior cleaning and interior inspection of our Walnut Trails Water Tower. Public Works.
Thank you, Mayor. So we complete these, the exterior wash and the interior inspection once every 3 years. Our water towers go on a rotation every year. This year, it's Walnut Trails Water Tower that we will schedule the work. We reached out to the same vendors as we did last year. Only one responded that meets our specifications and our scope. Our fiscal year budget includes $15,000 for this work. We are recommending approval of Viking Industrial proposal, who did the work last year, totaling $14,400 for the exterior wash and interior inspection of our Walnut Trails Water Tower, and waive the formal bid process. Any questions?
Real quick, Nora, can you just kind of give a brief overview as to what they're looking for? What are they trying to inspect, or have they found any deficiencies inspecting any of our previous ones?
So besides just what we see them do is washing the outside, usually removing a lot of the silt and mildew that may have accumulated over the last couple of years, they do an inspection. They do a lot closer inspection than what we can see from the ground, and they look at the condition of the steel and the water tower itself. For the interior inspection, they actually send in a IEPA approved rover, and this piece of equipment goes inside and inspects the interior of our water tank. One, to make sure that there's nothing that is that we can't see from, of course, the outside. It gives us a good feeling of what structurally sound interior is, and if there's any buildup of any kind of debris that might have accumulated in the tank itself that we have to clean. Those are the things that we are all looking for when we do an interior inspection.
From any of our previous inspections, can you identify if they have found any problems?
So far, nothing.
Okay. At least so folks at home understand that we are putting, it's the inside of the tank is also being inspected. This isn't just a $14,000 expense to wash a water tower.
Yes, sir.
Noriel, at some point, do you have to drain the tank and do the inspection? I saw this one doesn't require that. At some point, does it become a requirement?
At that time, yes, but then that gets a little bit on the costlier side. So if they do see something that we need to inspect closer, we would have to take the tank out of service. We would drain the tank, of course, using the water, let it go down, and then, of course, we would have to send staff, structural engineers to go inside and do the inspection at that time. If there's any repairs needed and such, of course, that would be most likely done on a time and material basis. If there's something that is much more than that, then we would schedule a contract and such for a contractor to do the work accordingly. Then to put it back into service, that's where the significant amount of cost is that we have to then rechlorinate and go through that entire IEPA process to put it back into service.
So the other vendors just do that. That's how they do it. And this one has a first step, and then you can go from there.
Right. Now, last year we had another vendor that said that they can do the interior with the Rover, but that they did not submit to us. Their equipment's not available, so this is the only vendor we have at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Anybody else have any questions for Noriel?
I'll make a motion for the approval of a proposal in the amount of $14,400 with Viking Industrial for the exterior cleaning and interior inspection of our Walnut Trails water tower.
Second.
Motion by trustee Selford, second by trustee Luciano. Roll call, please.
Brockman,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
Amos.
Yes.
And Babiak.
Yes.
All right, item number one's been approved. Business item number two will be consideration for approval of an ordinance for directing and authorizing the disposal of surplus property by the Village of Shore. This item is up for a first read. Back to Public Works.
Thank you again, Mayor. So we have 5 vehicles ready to be let go. Upon being declared surplus, the vehicles will be removed from our inventory and auctioned. All have already been replaced and the new vehicles are in service, with the exception of this 2014 GMC Cube van. That one was donated to us by Elias for our Public Works to use. However, to retrofit it with all the equipment and the upfitting safety equipment that we need, it turned out to be a little bit more costly to retrofit an 11-year-old van, okay? And our Peterbilt dump truck is almost complete. Our staff just did an inspection a couple of weeks ago, a pre-final inspection. So we're gonna be taking acceptance of that piece of equipment in the next couple of weeks. So we'll be letting the plow truck go now. So we are recommending the village board approve the ordinance disposing of the surplus property and waive the second read. Any questions?
Anybody have any questions for Noriel?
I'll make a motion for the approval of an ordinance directing and authorizing the disposal of surplus property by the Village of Shorewood and waive the second read.
Second.
Motion by trustee Selford, second by trustee Babiak. Roll call, please.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
Amos.
Yes.
Babiak.
Yes.
And Brockman.
Yes.
All right, item number two has been approved. Item number three will be consideration for approval of a proposal from Arbortech Services in the amount not to exceed $35,000 for our annual tree trimming program and waive the formal bid process. Public Works, one more time.
Thank you again, Mayor. So this is for our annual tree trimming program. We do this work over the winter months. Our budget allows for $35,000 for the program. Extrapolating that figure that is provided by Arbortech, that's approximately 686 trees. Again, depending on with the Public Works staff itself, we'll also be in between snow events trimming alongside with them as well, with our goal of a little over 1,000 trees every season. Arbortech has been performing this work for the village for well over a decade. They actually are continuing to hold their price, which is the same price since 2022. Staff is recommending the village board waive the formal bid process and award the contract to Arbortech Services in the amount not to exceed $35,000 for our annual tree trimming program. Any questions?
Noriel, if this were to go to bid, what's the sentiment as to where it would potentially go?
The difficult part is many of the vendors that we ask quotes from wants to give a quote per tree, and it would be a different cost per tree. Give us the block and then they will give a quote for each parkway tree versus a subdivision and Arbortech has been doing that for us.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Norio?
I'll make a motion for the approval of a proposal from Arbortech Services in the amount not to exceed $35,000 for our annual tree trimming program and waive the formal bid process.
Second.
Motion by trustee Selfridge, second by trustee Babiak. Roll call. Bless you, sir.
Luciano,
Yes.
Selfridge,
Yes.
Amos,
Yes.
Debbiak,
Yes.
Brockman,
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
All right, item number 3 has been approved. Item number 4 will be a consideration for approval of an ordinance granting a conditional use for a massage business in the B2 zoning district for Ling Spa. This item is up for a first read. Trustee Brockman and Ms. Engel.
Okay, Mayor, thank you very much. Our last meeting, we held a public hearing on this agenda item. No one from the public came up to oppose or agree to this. It does come here with an 8-0 vote of approval, and I'm sure Natalie would like to tell us a little bit more about it.
This proposal is for Shorewood Plaza. The space is between Spencer's Jewelry and West 52 Barbecue. It's a part of the space that was formerly used by Kazamaya. They would like to bring in a massage spa where they'd offer body and foot massages. They're relaxation massages as opposed to medical or clinical massages. They would be open daily, no earlier than 9 a.m. and no later than 8 p.m. via appointment and walk-ins. They'd have signage on the wall and on a sign panel as is typical. The business owner has submitted a massage license application. She is a certified massage therapist per the state and has passed our background checks. If other massage therapists were to be added, they would also need to be certified as well. This is the proposed floor plan. There are 3 proposed massage rooms, although initially not all 3 would be used because there would only be 1 massage therapist. There's a restroom, a laundry room, and a staff room, and then a waiting area as well. And in the waiting area, they would have foot massage stations. There are a couple of conditions that we've included in the ordinance, one being that they need a massage license, which at this point would be approved conditional upon this approval, that the patrons use the front door as opposed to the back door. Just makes good business sense, and as well as the timeframes and then the typical standards about meeting all of our village codes.
Anybody have any questions?
Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve an ordinance granting a conditional use for a massage business in the B2 zoning district for Ling Spa and waive the second read.
Motion by trustee Brockman,
Second.
second by trustee Babiak. Roll call, please.
Selfridge,
Yes.
Amos,
Yes.
Debbiak,
Yes.
Brockman,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
and Luciano.
Yes.
All right, item number 4 has been approved. Item number 5 will be consideration for approval of a contract with Paycom with conversion cost of $6,217.20 and an estimated annual cost of $23,585.96. Ms. Teague and Ms. Burkholder.
Thank
We'll,
you.
give this one.
So currently, the village uses a mix of 3 different systems for our village hall, public works, and our police department. We use Springbrook, Time Clock Plus, and Pay Scheduler. Together, these costs are about $11,000 annually, but the process is very fragmented. None of the systems are integrated, so it's a lot of administrative work for the staff members, and it's very heavily paper-based. So we're recommending a transition to Paycom. It's a fully integrated system that combines payroll, timekeeping, scheduling, and employee self-service in one platform. This would eliminate the need for multiple vendors, as well as reduce errors, keep us up in compliance as well, and it gives the staff the opportunity to have an employee self-service portal where they can, track their pay stubs, they can request time off, and a lot of this stuff is very integrated, very spot on. So if you put a request in, your manager gets it right away, so it eliminates that paper use. The annual cost of Paycom will be About 23,000, and there's a one-time implementation fee for a little bit over $6,000. This is a little bit more than what we are spending right now, but the benefits of a streamlined process and reducing administrative workload is into our benefit, and it will keep us compliant as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Shadia. I do want to add that, you know, Shadia touched on compliance and keeping us compliant, and what she's talking about there is right now we're doing all of that annual tax reporting in-house. The quarterly and the annual payroll reporting is being taken care of by staff, and it's certainly something we've taken very seriously. We stay up to date on the trainings, but you can watch the news and see that those rules are changing every time you turn around, right? And we've also found that we're kind of in the minority here that we're handling these tasks in-house. So one of the primary benefits that we're getting for this extra cost is having the company Paycom be able to handle that tax reporting for us. They've got that team of professionals that do this every day and is that backstop to ensure that all of that reporting is being done accurately, that it's that we're following all the rules, we're doing everything as it should be being done. And having gone through an IRS audit in the very short past here, that's something that is well worth the investment.
Would this be used amongst police, public works, and admin?
Yeah.
So simplifies the process
Right.
amongst all of our departments?
It would also integrate everything. Thank you for bringing that up. That piecemeal process right now, the payroll processing is paper-based. It's not integrated. We did some fast math and found out that between the departmental processing of payroll and then the finance processing of payroll, we're spending between 24 and 32 hours every other week on payroll. We think this will cut that down substantially and allow staff to redirect time to other, more important tasks. So we think this will make us more efficient and reduce it. And every time you introduce another piece to a puzzle, you introduce another opportunity for an error. So we think this will make us more efficient, make us more compliant, and reduce those possibilities for errors.
Anybody, board members, have any questions for them on this?
Make a motion to approve a contract with Paycom conversion cost of $52.17 and an estimated annual cost of $23,585.96.
Second.
Motion by trustee Amos, second by trustee Babiak. Roll call, please.
Amos,
Yes.
Babiak,
Yes.
Brockman,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
And Selfridge.
Yes.
All right, item number 5 has been approved. With that, we'll move right into our department reports, right over to building, Mr. Steriani.
Thank you, Mayor and Board of Trustees. The Building Department report is in your packet. As you can see with the site pre-construction meetings that we had last month, we have some projects moving forward with the mass grading. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Looks like you're about to get real busy, so thank you. With that, community development.
Thank you. I'll focus a little bit on some of the new businesses coming. Spirit of Halloween has their business license. We have a few restaurants that are coming soon, including Barrio Burrito Bar and Cafe de Casa. We've also got 2 new fitness studios coming, and I know that there's been a lot of internet buzz about S&T Provisions. They are coming, and they're like an Italian deli where they'll have like pizza kits and meatball kits and homemade sausage and things like that.
Thank you. Finance.
Thank you, Mayor. The finance report is in your packet, and then with the approval of this Paycom item tonight, we anticipate starting that transition with the Human Resources Department. And I'd be happy to take any questions beyond that.
All right, thank you. Parks?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. We would like to say thank you to everyone who came out to Oktoberfest on Saturday. Despite the rain, it was a great event. We do still have a few spots left for our family campout that'll take place October 3rd to the 4th at Shorewood Park. And then our Autumn Fest, which includes everyone's favorite trunk or treat, that will take place on October 19th right here at Town Center Park. So be sure to check that out. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. You have my board report. I want to reiterate to you the fine job that your police department did with these shootings on September 16th. Good old-fashioned police work, pounding the pavement, knocking on doors. Knocked on over 50 doors within a couple of hours that morning. Developed information from video that was shared from our residents. And then most importantly, the information that we got from our license plate readers that enabled us to identify the person and where she was and have her in custody within 12 hours of the incident, which was very, very helpful to us to be able to rule out some things we weren't sure about when this incident first happened. So they did a great job. The patrol officers, detectives combined did a phenomenal job, as well as the other agencies that assisted us. Plainfield provided some equipment for us to use that morning, and the Lansing Police Department in the south suburbs were able to make the apprehension within 20 minutes of us giving them the information. So that was great. Also, a reminder that this Saturday, right here at One Town Center, we will have our National Afternoon Out from noon until 3. Hope to see everybody there. I will be at the dunk tank around 2:30, so bring your dollars. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Question for the
Yes,
chief.
sir.
The disposition of that perpetrator, do we know where that person is now?
That person is in the Will County Adult Detention Facility. When she was taken into custody, we brought her here to Shorewood. We had her for questioning for nearly 24 hours, and she was transferred over. I can tell you she was not cooperative at any point, other than telling us that she did it. But she also, during her Safety Act detention hearing, tried to disarm a court deputy in the courtroom. So she's being held without bond.
Okay, so she is in custody. Okay,
Out anytime soon.
good. Thank you.
With that, down to Public Works.
Thank you, Mayor. So our Public Works staff did a great job, with the setup and cleanup with Oktoberfest. We are now starting to do and trying to finish up a lot of our excavation projects, such as this hazardous sidewalk and such throughout the entire village. And we're beginning our prep work for the upcoming leaf pickup program. That program starts October 14th, goes through to December 1st. And Waste Management will also pick up during their normal landscape pickups through December 15th. A little bit of updates on our big projects throughout the entire village. Our 16-inch transmission main project, all the pipe is in. It is approximately 50% complete. We are just waiting for the fabrication of the structures of the pressure-reducing valves. So we will be testing the water, flushing it, pressure testing, and chlorinating, and then putting that water main into service for that subdivision at Auburn Chase. So that's ongoing. Our pumping station is starting to ramp up again. The underdrain and sanitary services have been installed. You will start seeing them frame and install the rebar for a first scheduled concrete pour, tentatively scheduled on October 3rd. We have 2 water main projects. The Birch Shady Maple Oak water main is just about complete. All the surfaces have been transferred. All the residents are now on the new water main. They're starting to do some landscape restoration, and the hard surface, the asphalt patching of the roadway, will be scheduled in the next couple weeks. For the Park Shore project, all the pipe is in. Today they made that final connection over at US 52, so the new pipe is in from 52 going all the way to Black. beginning next week, you will start seeing the transferring of the services where they're taking the residence service off the old main and putting it onto the new main. And then they will follow up shortly with the landscaping restoration and the hard surface shortly after that. US 52 signalization project. All the interconnect is made from, the cable is installed from the intersection of Whinstone. It goes all the way now to River Road, so the connection to all the other signals have been made. They are now installing the foundations for the mast arms and the signal posts. So that's moving forward nicely. For the River's Edge Phase B project, expect the challenge course to be open next week to the public. It's been certified by the vendor. We are just waiting for a schedule from the construction fence vendor to remove the construction fence. So that portion of the park will be open to the public. Any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Administrator.
No report.
All right, with that, we'll move into our trustee comments. Trustee Amos.
No comment, thank you.
No problem, thank you. Trustee Brockman.
Did you call me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
That's a little bit backwards. Anyway, our next meeting will be October 1st, 7 p.m. And according to Natalie, we have a concept plan for, how do you pronounce that?
Belial, I think?
Belial construction. Where will that be at?
That is behind the Dunkin' Donuts, a little bit down the street at the intersection of Capista and Gregory.
Oh, I see, okay. And maybe a few other things, but as of right now, that's what we have on an agenda. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Babick.
So I had the opportunity to attend the Oktoberfest this weekend, just for a short time, but it was really great to see such a nice turnout. And even with the weather, I had never been to Oktoberfest before, so I didn't know that it was a tented event. But it was awesome. It was great with the tent out there, and there were a lot of families out enjoying the evening. So kudos to the Parks and Rec.
Thank you. Trustee Chapman.
No comment.
Thank you. Trustee Luciano.
Citizens Advisory Committee will be meeting this Thursday, resuming the meetings for this fall. And anyone interested in becoming involved with the committee can contact myself or any of the members through the information on the village website.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Trustee Selfridge.
No comments, sir.
No problem. Thank you. With that, take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Luciano, seconded by
Second.
Trustee Selfridge. Roll call, please.
Babiak,
Yes.
Brockman,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
And Amos.
Yes.
All right, we are adjourned.